What's going on? What's going on? Hopefully, you guys had an amazing, blessed day. I know I'm always coming here super late, right? I don't know if I should call these talks like the midnight mentorship or your midnight mentor or whatever. But if you guys are back, welcome back. If it's your first time here, welcome. Like, really, I ain't even gonna get into introducing myself. I'm gonna go ahead and get straight into the game. So, tonight, guys, I want to discuss how these five overlooked mistakes are costing you, if you are a business owner, at least $10,000 per month. Okay. So if you're not quite a business owner yet, you're an aspiring business owner. Hopefully, you can pick up and catch some game along the way. But if you are already a business owner, I want to tell you how you can be overlooking some small things to help you get an extra 100K a year. Miss Renee, Miss Griffin, how you doing? How you doing? Hopefully you got that email of everybody that requested that sales, the Amazon sales rank. So y'all let me know if you didn't get it, and I'll make sure to have my team send that back out. So again, let's get straight into the game tonight. So we know in business, whenever you're trying to scale up, it's small tweaks that you can make. Okay, it's small needle moving activities that can cause a big income jump inside of your business. So I wrote some notes on my phone so I wouldn't ramble all over the place before I jumped on. And the first one I wrote down was, we need to refine our customer experience. So let's take a step back here. Whenever you're building a business or starting a business, we should keep the customer in mind. Okay, great, great. I'm glad you got it, Miss Renee. Um, so whenever you're building a business, let's just start from square one. Before you start that business, you need to identify or do market research and say, hey, what problem am I going to solve? Because in business always starts with a problem. I'm not sure if you guys are familiar with Chat GPT, but I use it all the time to come up with different topics whenever I'm stumped on coming up with an idea, and you guys can do the same, right? So if you're stumped on, if you're an aspiring business owner and you're watching this video and you're like, okay, Trav, I don't actually have a business just yet, put it in AI and Chat GPT, say, and you want to start with what problems can you serve? So think about some things that you like, whether you like sports, whether you like health and beauty, whatever you like, and then ask them. It's called a prompt. You can have a prompt. Hey, I like, of course, y'all know I used to be a basketball coach. I like basketball. What are the major problems in basketball right now? And it, whatever it's going to give you. And then what we want to do is create a business around that. Okay. So we start with the problem, write down your interests, and then you can use an AI tool. It's completely free. I'm on the paid version, but they have a free version also that you guys can take advantage of. Put your problem and your interests in there, and you can create a business around that. So once we get that problem, then you create your offer. Okay. And before I go too deep down the rabbit hole with that, let me stream it back in or pull it back in on teaching you guys how you can scale your business. So I'm assuming, Miss Renee, I know you were showing me in the email that you're selling about 30 items or so per month. How can you scale that? So refining your customer experience. So even though you have an online business in your head, and what I do is I want to pretend. So even though it's not brick and mortar, I want to pretend, okay, whenever a customer decides to shop with me, how can I make this experience better? So I'm pretending like even when they're clicking to buy on my listing on Amazon, they're walking through my store. Is it packaged well whenever they receive this product? Was the customer service A1? And I know a lot of the times whenever we're dealing with fulfillment by Amazon, you're like, hey, I don't have to deal with the packaging or the customer service. But if your business is all the way automated, like my business, and you're using a prep center, what a trick that I like to use back in the day, and I still use it for my FBA orders, is having a note. So what I did was, it's about the size of this sticky note here. So what I would do is I would handwrite one note. Hey, I greatly appreciate your order. Thanks for supporting the small business. Please don't hesitate to reach out if you have any issues. And I would put my business name down on the bottom of it, right? That little note, handwritten note. Now, I wouldn't handwrite everyone. I would use my copier. Okay. So that note that I wrote, right, I have on my oldest account over 3,000 feedback, right? That note has had my customer, my feedback rating at over 3,000 feedback at 100%. Okay. And if you guys are new to the platform, you may not understand what I'm saying, but out of, in general, just to break it down to the people that don't know, for every 100 orders that you have, it's usually about one review. Okay. So think about that. For every 100 orders on average, you get about one review. So out of 3,000 reviews, you add 2 zeros to that, right? And that'll be about 300,000 orders, right? I still have 100% feedback rate, and it is because I put the customer first. Yes, so Miss Renee had a great question there. I still do it for my FBA. So, okay, Travis, how do you still do that for your FBA? Is that I request that my prep center does it. This is a gym, right? So even though it's FBA and I know Amazon is going to essentially package it up and send it to the customer, I have my prep center prepare it with the note. So whenever they're shipping in the items into Amazon, right, the prep center is putting everything in the box, they will go ahead and put my customized note on my product, right? They'll wrap it up and then they'll put the FBA label on the back. And I still have great customer service reviews. And I should have screenshotted a few so I could show you guys. But you will have people saying in your feedback, hey, this is the best order I have received, I ever received from FBA. Is because I have my prep center just take what I normally do and implement it in their system. So I have a unique experience, or the customer has a unique experience because they're getting a personalized note. I'm making sure that everything is packed. I'm not transactional, right? Some people are in business just for the money, but I like to create a great experience. Now, Trav, why would you want to create a great experience? Because in business, we must understand we don't want to be a commodity, right? A commodity, that's everybody doing the same thing. You want to stand out from the crowd, right? So whether that's through a personalized note, whether that's through packaging your items extremely well, what it's going to lead to is repeat business. So let's say, for the example, me and 20 other sellers were selling a Dr. Seuss book, Cat in the Hat, right? Now, if the customer, and I've had this happen in the past, let's say one of those customers that where we showed excellent customer service to, we had the note in there. Also, another thing that I add in there is a free bookmark, right? So I got this site where I get bookmarks for little to nothing. I buy them in bulk. So they not only they get a bookmark, They get great packaging, and then they also get a specialized. It's not handwritten. I mean, it's handwritten. The first one I wrote, but every other one is copied. So they get in this automated world, they get that personal touch. And customers just doing the research. A lot of customers are starving for old school personal touch. They like, man, everything is transactional. So that's my unique selling angle by packaging and trying to even though it's automated, still trying to have somewhat of a personalized touch. So let me tell you a benefit of keeping the customer first. So again, my example is, what if you and 20 other businesses are on the same listing? Don't you know, like I could have my item listed for $20, right? And everybody else is down at 15, at 10. I've had people reach out via message and say, hey, I see you selling this book. I just want to make sure you have X amount of copies in stock. We want to order for from your business. Okay. Why would they do that, right? My price was not the cheapest. Okay. I'm at $20. Obviously, they can buy it from somebody else. The other businesses could be at 10, they could be at 15. Why would they buy it from me? Because I created a experience, right? It actually seems like you care. We would rather spend an extra $10 or $5 with you versus taking a chance on somebody else. We got to return our order. We like the way that you do business, and that has, I don't even know over the years how many repeat customers I've had because of the first order just wowed them. And that's going to get people coming back looking for your exact store whenever they're looking for an item on Amazon or a book. If you're in the book category, if you're selling makeup, once they see your store there, they're like, okay, I'm buying from this store. Okay. So that's going to give you a USP or a unique selling property. So the first mistake is people don't go back and try to redefine or refine their customer experience. See how you can make it a little bit better. How can you add more value, right? The money aside, of course, we all want to make money, but money is a byproduct of value, right? The value must be present for us to make money. So when something like Amazon, you're like, man, everybody can be on the listing. And a lot, if you notice, if you've been watching other videos, people will talk about like tanking prices or race down to the bottom, and people just go one penny below each other. But when you stand out and you do good business, you're delivering a product to them like no other seller is on the platform, it's gonna make you stand out. And I wish I had a screenshot, because I've had people say, hey, I've ordered stuff, because if you're selling on Amazon, Amazon actually sells some of those items themselves. And then you have third party sellers like me and you and whoever else is watching this video at this time or tomorrow sometime, because we're super late. And they'll say, hey, you package this thing better than Amazon. I ordered books from Barnes and Nobles, and it allows them to have a great experience, and they're always looking for my name. Okay. Let's see. You had a comment here. Wow, that's great. I will add a personal touch to my items now. Thanks. My books are like new, sealed, and perfect. So yeah, just even if you want to use what I'm using, you can, or whatever. I just was super creative, trying to think outside of the box. And that's going to allow you to build a lot more like, know, and trust. Because 9 times out of 10, when people are purchasing books, they usually, if they in that book category, people are purchasing multiple books. So even though I have an online bookstore, I'm also somebody that purchases a lot of books just for my personal library. So it's not that I'm just going to buy one book. I'm going to keep coming back. If I see Griffin Bookstore and I'm like, okay, Griffin Bookstore had quality like this, everybody else was, my book was just thrown in the box, it's going to give you that advantage, and it's going to allow you to stand out from the marketplace. because we know it's a noisy marketplace. It's a lot of competition. So we need to stand out and just be unique and have our own touch on everything. All right. So that was number one. Just refining our customer experience and how we can make that better. Okay. And I had an example here. Again, think of your store as a real store. Go through it in your head from them clicking the button. How fast? Now, if you're doing FBA, you can't control the speed that they actually get the items, but you can control the product, right? So once they get it, if you're using a prep center or not, make sure, again, like we talked about, that you got your own special touch on it, okay? So that's number one. Number two in my notes I have written down, and this is huge, not just for online businesses, but brick and mortar or just businesses in general, is people don't look at their analytics enough, okay? Travis, what do you mean by that, right? You have to look at your data. So if you're looking to scale a business or add an extra 10K per month, we want to focus on what's working and what's not working. You'll be surprised. I do it extremely, not an extremely extreme amount, but a good amount of consultations, and people don't know any of their numbers. They don't know how many orders they're getting per day. They don't know how many customers. They don't know the lifetime value of their customers. So let's break some of that down. What is the LTV, or the lifetime value of a customer? The lifetime value of a customer is once somebody is introduced to your specific product, how much money will they spend with you over the lifetime? Okay, so let's step out of Amazon for just a second, just to explain this. So let's say, for example, whenever somebody meets me, they meet me either through my social media or my YouTube channel, or maybe on somebody else's platform. And I bring them in, and maybe my very first item to get them introduced to me after they see me on the channel is maybe a book. It's a low ticket book. Maybe that book costs, I don't know, $17 or something like that. They're like, okay, I got value out of the book. The next part of that journey is because you're taking them on, you want them to get a transformation, because they don't care about the book, right? It's about the transformation. And once you understand that, it allows you to map out a journey for that customer. So let's say customer A comes across my social media. They're like, okay, I went through a lot of his YouTube videos. I seen him on somebody else's platform. Let me check out his book. Okay, I got the book. But the next step will be, well, I'm a busy parent, right? I'm a parent. I don't really have time to go all the way through the book and implement it. The next step in that customer journey would be to have an audio book, right? So if they're busy, if they're a parent, if they're a spouse, whatever if they're working, whatever they have going on, in my head, I need to map out that journey. So book, I would then have an audio book. And let's just say, okay, you do have audio learners, but some people need a course. They need visuals. Hey, I need to see you do blah, 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 blah. So the next thing on that customer journey, you would do book, audio book, you would do a video course, right? You could do a video course. So the next thing would be a video course. From there, you could do a community, or you can lead them into your mastermind. Now, I'm just speaking hypothetically. Let's just say once I build out that customer journey, they want to start making anywhere from $5,000 to $10,000 a month on Amazon. So I mapped out the resources to help them get there. But for whatever reason, they're like, hey, I need more hands-on help. That would be the mentorship at the end. They like, hey, I'm making a little bit of money, but I hadn't hit, $10,000 a month consistently yet. Can you hold my hand for X amount of days and help me get there? Okay, so whatever your offer is at the end, you would add all of those offers together. So let's just say once you add the book, everything in between into the mentorship, it was, let's say it comes out to $8,000. That is the lifetime value of your customer. That's just saying that your whole product suite, if they came into your business and bought every single thing you had to offer, that customer, a customer in your business would be worth $8,000. Okay. So it's a little bit different on Amazon, but you can use the same principles. I'm going to tell you how. So I have a unique strategy kind of like that we share and we run, um because I know schools purchase from me, right? The schools I've had, colleges purchase from me in bulk. I know their buying patterns and when they're going to buy. Okay. So if I already know their buying patterns, I can kind of say in my head, from Clemson University, or I've had libraries ordered from me. I know how much money I'm going to make from a certain company. Now, I know some of you guys that may be a little bit advanced. You guys may not know yet, but what I want you to do just in the beginning stages is just look at how much money are you making per month, break it down to how much per week, and when are you doing well? Are you doing better in textbook season, textbook or back to school season? Was that August to beginning of September that time? We will also have another one. It's like maybe the third week of January, you will have another back to school season, January into the first couple of weeks of February. I want you guys to start tracking your data just to see what's going well, what's not going so well, what products are selling well for you. Is it cat in the hat? We used that earlier. Whenever you sell cat in the hat, are you doubling, tripling, 10xing your money? If so, we need to develop a plan to consistently get more cat in the hat. So I know I'm a math teacher, but I always preach numbers, 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 because money, all it is numbers, right? So wherever you're trying to go, if you want to make an extra 10K per month, we would reverse engineer that. And I say on average, we always round up. That's an extra $300 a day, right? An extra $300 a day. So if you go into your account, and this is just for people that's selling on Amazon. I know I have people also that watch me that don't have an Amazon business, or you're an aspiring business owner and you don't know what business to start. So whenever you do start, you get your product and your offer down, go in and look at your average sales price. Okay. So the average sales price on my Amazon, on my oldest account, is about, I would say, anywhere from $60 to about $75 is where it usually goes. So all I would do is say, hey, if I wanted to make an extra $300 in sales per day, right? If minimum my orders are at least $60, then I would say, hey, I need, just doing the math, I would take 300, right? Because I'm old school. I like to write it down and make it plain. We have to have some goals. We can't just say it and don't have it mapped out. We need to have a path written out on how we're trying to hit this goal. So I will write out $300. I would divide it by 60, right? Because that's my minimum average sales price, and that would give me 5. So that means I need 5 more orders every day to hit that goal. Okay. And I don't know what you guys watching, what your numbers are, but the thing about math that I love, the formula works regardless on whatever the numbers is. So the higher the average amount of sale that you have, the lower amount of orders you will need. Okay. So the total amount you want to make per day divided by your average sale price, and it'll give you the number we need to hit. Okay. All right, so let's see, because I will ramble off a topic. Leveraging data analytics. We always want to keep track of what's selling best. And another strategy that I give to my students is you can actually go inside of your inventory and look and see what items sold for the most. So you can go into manage orders, or you can go inside your inventory and say, hey, I sold this item for $100, or I sold this for $80, or whatever your high sale was. I always want you every 30 to 60 days, go in and say, okay, this book was my Stephen King book. I need to see if I can source. And of course, we meet when I say source, find that book or locate that book at a undervalue would be the term I need to say. We need to find that book undervalued so that we can continue to sell that, because that's going to be the easiest way to sell, right? Whatever item that you have, if you can consistently keep sourcing that bad boy, it's going to allow you to scale, because you don't constantly, a lot of people get bogged down because they're like, man, I can't find any inventory. But what you want to do is build a list you can continue to sell. So let's just say you found some items and you're making, I don't know, $30 profit every time you sell that item. Instead of trying to go find new items, what I want you to do is get a Google Doc sheet, okay? Google Docs, I like Google Docs, or you can use Excel, and I want you to list out those items, okay? List out those items, because it's easier to continue selling this. You already have the data for that. Instead of trying to get brand new products, we want to systematize everything. And that's one of my later points, but we want to put this thing so that way you will know, once you build up a list of, I would say 50 to 100 of those products, you should easily be able to add another 10 to 15K per month. But the reason that some of you guys are stuck is because every day it's like we're starting over, right? We got to find these products. We got to, we starting from scratch every day instead of building a foundation. All right, Miss Griffin said something here. My average is $12 from CDs, and the buy cost is $1 with 30. Okay, that's not bad. So you don't really have much in your inventory, so that's perfect. It's like you playing with house money, getting them that cheap. So that's great. All I would do, whatever your goals are, Miss Griffin, whether it is hitting 10K a month or whatever your number is, divide it by that average sale price, and then figure out. Also, another thing I would do is wherever you're sourcing or your supplier is that you're getting your inventory from, how much inventory are you getting in per week? Okay, that's something else to keep an eye on, because that's another way you can scale. If you're not able to raise your price, you can raise your quantity. So if you're getting in, I don't know, 50 to 100 CDs a week, how can we add more value to our supplier and increase that? Is it room? Is it opportunity? Have we figured out where the supplier is actually getting the CDs in from? Because that's actually how I made my first 6 figures before I even came online. Just connecting with a Goodwill, I was able to get in the back room, right, and actually get to the books before they came out on the floor. And wham, bam, thank you, ma'am. That ended up turning into my first 6-figure business. Okay, so business really deals and comes down to relationships. So just see where you're sourcing the book from. Is it an opportunity? And then another thing I would say is never take no. No doesn't mean no. Whenever it's in the world of business, I would just say, if they say no, don't worry about it, brush it off. You want to have a thick skin and just keep going at it, keep adding value, and eventually you'll get what you want for sure. So networking, 35 CDs a week. Are you looking to, and I know your comment, you're super active. Are you looking to, what multiple are you looking to grow your business to? You don't have to say a number, but what multiple Like, are you trying to double your business, triple your business, quadruple? If you could put that whatever X, 10X your business, and that's the numbers I would go by. So, all right. So the first thing was redefining your customer experience. Number two was leveraging data analytics, right? Number three was enhancing digital marketing. Now, if you guys on Amazon, you're probably going to be like, how in the world will we do that, right? We kind of we're spoiled. If you're using FBA, you're spoiled. Okay, so Miss Renee just put 5X. Okay, so just looking at the numbers there, you're already getting 35 a week. If my math is correct, that'll put you at about 175 a week, right? If you want to 5X your business, because a lot of people will say, well, hey, I want to double my business or triple my business, but we got to have a pathway, something mapped out to actually get there. So to 5X our business, the only way we can do that is to raise the price that we're selling or get better quality CDs where we can sell for more. But if you think it's going to be the same, then we just need to get more CDs. So from there, I would say I would connect with the people that I'm getting 35 CDs from a week and say, hey, is it an opportunity? I'm buying, CDs from you guys every single week. Is it an opportunity to get more? Or organizations like the place that you're getting CDs from, okay, can I reach out to them? Who else has CDs? So I would go down that rabbit hole. That's another great thing to put in Chat GPT. You can tell them where you're getting it from, and hey, give me 10 alternative places to get CDs for $1, right? And it'll get the juices flowing. They start thinking, and yeah, before you know it, as long as you're willing to either jump on the phone, I don't know if you're an introvert or extrovert, or either pop out at some of these places. Without a doubt, if you just keep it at the forefront of your mind, you'll be able to do it. So the number, again, that number we need to hit is 175 a week, and then the revenue numbers will follow just because the formula works. It's just a math thing. All right. So again, number three was enhancing digital marketing. Okay. So on Amazon, we almost got a cheat code because Amazon has already developed their platform and they have people running with their credit and their debit cards out already. Okay. So we don't really have to do in the way that I teach this business. We're only selling stuff that's already in demand. So we don't have to run any ads. You don't have to post on your social media. Like, you won't get sales regardless. You don't have to be liked, whatever. If you stick to buying items that's already in demand, you don't have to try to talk anybody in or try to be a salesman or saleswoman. Like, they're already buying the product. So it's like really the perfect business for an introvert. But for those people that may be doing merchant fulfill, or maybe you don't have a business on Amazon, marketing is crucial. Okay, marketing is crucial. So it doesn't matter. Let's see how I want to say this, because I want to say it the right way so you guys can understand it. We always want to be telling people about our business. Okay, we always want to tell people about our business. I don't care when you go live. I don't care when you post. If you don't get any reaction, you have to believe in your business enough that I don't care you have to believe that you have a transformation or something valuable that, hey, I don't care who listens. I have a responsibility to put this out to the world. So in some of my previous lives, I was saying, like, having that fire inside of you. And I was saying that some of my grandparents used to say, what you don't use, you will lose, right? So I feel like it that I must put it out. So regardless of the reaction you get from the world, the people that's supposed to see it will see it. You just have to be in position adding value to the world. So marketing is always key. Whether it's YouTube, and I slowed down on this YouTube for a while, but I just had like an awakening and a mindset shift. It didn't grow as fast as my Instagram. I think on Instagram we're up to, I think, like 170 something, but YouTube a little bit slow. But that's because I wasn't consistent. And just having that talk and that awakening, like, you have value, and it's not my value to hoard, right? Mr. Brown, what's going on with you, fam? How you doing? How you doing? I appreciate y'all tapping in. I know I come on so late. Miss Renee said, okay, now I have a goal. This information is very helpful. Oh, you're welcome. Absolutely, you're welcome. I'm glad you're getting value. So again, like I was saying on some of the other lives, y'all, don't look at the vanity metrics. What are the vanity metrics? The numbers, how many views you get in your reaction. If you have something of value, right? Whether you want to do a book, whether you want to do a course, put it out into the world, because you never know who you can help. And if you guys are in and this is going to be a little hard, right? This is going to be a little hard, but this is one of the most powerful and valuable statements I can give you guys tonight. So if you're on right now, it's 1:23 Eastern Standard Time. If you clicked on this video, I don't know who you are or where you are, but if you having any kind of financial struggle, it's because you're not helping enough people. And I know that maybe you guys can't take it the wrong way, but I'm gonna explain myself. If you're not making the type of money you want to make, okay, you are not, and I'm gonna try to look at the camera here, you are not helping enough people. God has blessed you with a skill set, okay? You have value inside of you, right? You really don't need me, and you don't need anybody else on YouTube or whoever. You have everything that you need. You already have everything you need. What I need you to do, if you didn't look at the previous videos, is take inventory of what you already have. What experience that you already go through, right? What did you go through that probably would have broke everybody else, but you made it through? I need you to write that down. I need you to write that down, right? Because you went through it to share. You went through it and you made it through it to share with somebody else to help them get through, they'll get through, right? But because you don't share it, it causes you to have lack. That's your key to abundance, right? I'm not sure if y'all gonna pick up how valuable that is, but by sharing your mistakes, like, again, I told you guys on the previous video, I'm not a social media guy. I'm not fond about being on camera and posting a lot on social media, but I understand that the information I've been blessed with to do what I did online is not just because that I'm so great or I'm so good, but I was allowed for that to come into my awareness. Real talk. I appreciate you. I appreciate you tuning in. It's not because I'm so great. It's because I was able to download that information, and it's our responsibility once we get this information to reach out and help somebody. And then by helping somebody, I'm gonna tell y'all how this works, right? By helping somebody and by adding value, guess what? When people see that you add value and you genuine, people are willing to exchange their dollars because you have solutions to their problems. Okay. All right. People are willing to exchange. So if you can help somebody do something or help somebody get a transformation. Now, I'm not saying, go out here and be a fraud and telling people stuff you never done. The reason why Amazon is so easy to me, guys, is because I've been doing it since 2009. It's not anything new. And to me, it's just like, oh, okay, I'm just talking Amazon. That's how I'm able to post over 100 videos on YouTube talking about Amazon. That's how I'm able to get people to sign up for my mentorship for a year and they join my challenge and then join my high ticket program for $15,000 to work with me. They're like, man, he really knows Amazon. It's not that I'm that great at Amazon. God just allowed that to come into my awareness. And I've been doing Amazon for a long time, right? So again, I'm saying to you guys the same thing. All right. Let me see what we got here. I have a podcast and I try to teach people how to start thinking outside the box. How can I monetize off of that? So yeah, that's perfect. That's perfect. So salute to you on your podcast. So honestly, what I will be doing, Real Soul Music Talk videos for knowledge, I would just start off adding value. So it's gonna seem pretty strange, but don't even think about the monetization initially, man. So I'm on here tonight. My YouTube is not even monetized, bro. Believe it or not, my YouTube, I'm not getting paid a penny just to come up here and add value. But I know it's almost like a untold law. It's not like the law of attraction, but what I've seen over my entrepreneurship journey over the last 15 years is when you plant seeds, it's almost like you're a farmer, man. Okay. So I would get up there on if I was you, I would get up there on your podcast, whatever value that you have about thinking and mindset, man, that's a game changer, man. You just don't know how many entrepreneurs I come across that have limiting beliefs and mindset, and they don't know any, they don't really have any creativity to think outside of the box. So I think the idea is super dope. You have something valuable. I would recommend putting your head down and doing the work. Now, once you start to build that platform, you start adding value, you start teaching people how to think outside of the box. People are going to want to come and get on your platform. So let's say, for example, right? I don't know how many people here know me from being on JT Hustles or JT Automation's platform, but he built a platform, okay? He started his platform. I think he now well over 300,000 subscribers on here on YouTube. But initially when he started, he went on, I would say almost the first year, making 3 to 6 videos, I think, per day without getting paid a penny. He was like, man, I'm just going to teach people everything that I know about this. I think it was cargo vans, a courier van on videos. It allowed him to grow a following. Okay. Now, once he grew that following, people seen the following, right? He wasn't making any money. People seen the following and say, hey, man, this guy got a pretty good platform. He's teaching people how to make money. I got some value that I can add to his audience. So, okay. So when the people start coming to him, you have what we call an affiliate deal. What is an affiliate deal? They say, hey, I have a program that can help your audience. I charge $200 for the program, right? What I'm going to do is give you 50% of everything that I sell on your platform. Okay. So they partner up, and that's now another income stream. And affiliate marketing made him a multiple millionaire. I'm going to say that again. Making videos from his phone, thinking about just adding value to other people. I know it seemed crazy and backwards where people always asking for money so much up front and they're not genuinely trying to help people, but it made him a multi-millionaire by just building the platform. So my suggestion to you with your podcast, be consistent, add real value, and help people get a transformation. So if you want them to start thinking out of the box, it's going to be hard at first because you're like, man, I'm putting in all this work and I'm not getting paid for it, right? I'm not even getting paid for it. But you're going to get paid. It's just like sowing those seeds, right? You're a farmer. You're going to get paid on the back end. Recently, and I don't want to get too far into the details, I was helping one of my millionaire friends with a project, right? And I wasn't getting paid for it, right? I wasn't getting paid for it, but I knew I could add value to his offer. So I said, hey man, every day that you do X, I don't want to tell too much of his business. I'm just gonna help you, man. Don't even worry about paying me. You're welcome. You're welcome. And let me know if I can do anything else, man. I said, don't worry about paying me, man. I'm just gonna help you. And not the first time I helped him, but the second time I helped him, okay, he referred somebody to my program and I made $10,000. I'm gonna say that again, right? And this has nothing to do with the money, right? It has something to do with sowing seeds. I need you guys to follow me on that. It doesn't have anything to do with the money. It's being willing to genuinely add value and solve a problem for somebody else. And whenever you do that for somebody that already has a lot of money, it injects a immediate cash flow into your life. So I'm not saying don't help the people that don't have a lot of money, but if you do help the people that have money and you genuinely go there, not with, hey, pay me X or I need to get paid, it will allow you to level up a whole lot faster. Because just think, man, everybody is asking for something, right? How can I get paid? Pay me. I want to make more money. But how can we turn that and flip it on his head, right? Okay, this guy, it seems a little straight because it's gonna make you stand out. Well, this guy is helping me. He ain't even asked for no money. Like the first day, we were on for hours, and I'm like, cool, I'm gonna just sit here and learn. I'm gonna just serve. Second day, $10,000 out of the blue. I didn't ask him for anything, just out of the blue. And we've gone on to do $16,000 in the last 2 weeks, just off of that. Just off of that. Okay, so it's just being willing to serve and plant seeds. And the thing, essentially, what it's called is delayed gratification. But just have that genuine heart and keep adding the most amount of value you have. So keep learning every day. If you guys are in audiobooks, I suggest a subscription to Audible. Keep learning every day, keep growing every day, keep serving every day. And yeah, on the back end, finances will always take care of itself. Okay. So again, digital marketing. And I know I kind of went off track, but it's still the same thing. You have to believe in your business enough to, no matter how many reactions you get, how many people are watching you, that you have a calling and you're working in your purpose and you're truly adding value to somebody else. So continue taking your marketing to the next level, whether it's posting or starting a social media, or like we were saying in the past, partnering with somebody that already has that platform and helping them, or working out an affiliate deal where you guys, whether you give them 25%, 30%, or 50%, it'll allow you to level up a whole lot faster and hit that 10K per month. Okay. So the first one, for the people that's jumping on the back end, you guys may be on Facebook, YouTube. I think I might be streaming on TikTok too. Number one was refining your customer experience. Number two was leveraging your data analytics. We got to look at those analytics. Number three was enhancing our digital marketing. Okay. Oh, Miss Griffin was on here for a while. You've been hearing me talk for a while. Hopefully you getting some value. I know you've been on since the beginning. All right. Number four, this is super important here. Okay. Number four is streamlining operations and automation. So this is the cheat code that these 8 figures. So we moving from 7 figures a year to going into 8 figures. This is the cheat code that I didn't realize, especially when I was making 6 figures, that everybody does at the 8 figure level. And what's that? Okay. Everything that's manual inside of their business, they want to automate it. Okay. So they're always trying to create a better process or system. So just think about it. Right now, it's November. I'm on the East Coast, here in South Carolina, but it's 1:36, November the 2nd, right? We're still in 2024, but Chevrolet, Mercedes, Ford, whoever, all of the car makers already have their version of the 2025 of the car that they're going to drop. Okay, think about that now. We still in 2024. Okay, it's November. I'm not even sure if they dropped the other cars yet. I ain't in the market to purchase no cars or anything like that. But they probably already got the 2025s and stuff out. But they are already trying to create a better version of their sale before the new year even hits. They drop it. Oh, this is the 2025 model. It's already done. They actually working on the design for the 2026. So using that same framework, we need to always be developing a better system. And the way that you do that is by working on the business, not in the business. Okay. I know I'm saying a lot, right? Whenever you're working in your business, let's say, and I call it a solopreneur, you're the only one and you're doing everything inside of your business. And granted, I had to start there, right? I was the one doing everything. I had to get my inventory. I had to list it. I had to ship it. I had to do the customer service. But whenever you do that, it keeps you in a lot of busy work. Okay. You're busy. It doesn't allow you to really think, right? Once you're able to start making money, you may have to start there, but you don't have to stay there. I'm going to say that again. If you're working on your business and you're a solopreneur, you can start there. That's fine. Start making your money, but you don't have to stay there. What I want you to do is once you start making that money, slowly, task by task, start outsourcing or replacing yourself. And you may not have a lot of money initially, but get a small task and say, okay, well, I can have such and such do this part-time, or I can get a VA. And a VA stands for a virtual assistant. And that virtual assistant can do this task for me. And a virtual assistant, you can pay them in the Philippines on onlinejobs.ph, maybe $3, $4, $5 an hour, and they can work part-time. Okay, Travis, why would I do that? The significance of doing something like that, it allows you to free up more your brain power to work on the business. Okay. Remember what I said. Initially, you were working in the business and it's keeping you busy doing the little stuff. So you're focusing on the day-to-day operations. You have to do it. All right. Whenever you come out of the business, you can now look almost like a bird's eye view. And this is what it allowed me to do. You're like, okay, this is how we do this. How long does it take us to do X process? How long does it take us to do Y? You're actually looking at the moving parts, and you can think a whole lot better whenever you're actually looking at the bird's eye view of something. Okay. Now, when you're looking at the bird's eye view, you want to, the same way I gave you that car example, you want to say, how can I improve this? We have to put ourselves in the mode of getting, I know some people say 1%, but you're going to be getting better every single day. Okay. We're getting better every single day. So you'll be thinking, okay, well, I'm going to just speak on the Amazon business. Well, I'm changing all the prices myself. How can we automate that system? That's simple. You would just go on Google and you would search, okay, what is a software I can use to automate pricing my inventory on Amazon? An Amazon repricer. Guess what? They give you that for free. All you got to do is set it up. Boom. Now your pricing for your Amazon is done. All right. We move over here. So having that bird's eye view, I automated this process. And again, not just Amazon, to whatever business that you're in, right? Real Soul Music was talking about podcasts. Maybe a manual thing for them after the podcast is over, they may have to upload it to a different platform. Okay. So you're like, man, well, every time it's over, maybe you got to edit the podcast, or maybe you got to upload it. I think one of the names of them is like Lip Sync or something like that. But maybe you get a virtual assistant to do that, to edit the podcast and upload it. We want to try to automate each process of our business. Try to automate each process of the business, and it's going to allow you, once you free that up, Real Soul, it's going to allow you to say, okay, well, I got time to come up with better topics now, because I'm not spending 30 minutes to a few hours trying to edit this podcast where I messed up, and I ain't got to wait for it to upload. We got that taken care of. And now I can use the energy of my brain power to start thinking of how I can ask better questions to my guests, how I can have better topics, and how I can take my podcast to the next level. Hopefully you guys picking up what I'm putting down there. So automations and streamlining your business. And essentially what you're going to be thinking of, or you may be thinking initially, well, I don't even know what to automate. So you would start with, it's repetitive tasks that you do over and over and over that needs to be automated in your business. So just think, if you're not in Amazon, whatever business that you in, what do you do every day? You have to go through and send these emails every day. What are you doing every day? And I want you to think, I want you to challenge yourself, how in the world can I automate this part of my business? And again, it's going to allow you to come to that bird view. And I promise you, it's going to allow you to scale a whole lot faster, to hit that 10K a month if you want to hit that, or extra 5K per month. Okay. So that is number 4, focusing on streamlining and operations, any repetitive tasks inside of your business. And number 5 was, that I have in my note, is continuous learning and innovations. One thing that stopped me, I know, is, and I want to say this correctly, that's why I paused. So once I hit my first 6 figures, what took me so long between 6 figures and going up to 7 figures is because where I'm from, I thought, hey, once you hit 6 figures, like, you made it. I stopped learning. I stopped trying to create a better version for myself. I stopped right there, right? But one thing I learned on this journey, and I would like to share with you guys, is that you got to be a continuous learner, guys. It's no other way. It's so much competition. You have to always be sharpening your tools. You always have to be adding new tools. You need to be ahead of the curve, right? People should want to come and be like, hey, such and such, I would love to hear them talk, right? They should be paying you for consultations. Now, the way that you gain that knowledge is by, like I mentioned earlier, whatever industry that you're in or you want to get in, start downloading Audible. Digest a lot of information from the top experts in that business. I'm guaranteeing you, if you start going through a book a week, every 2 weeks, it's going to start to become your natural language, and you'll be able to talk it just like that. So we have to be lifelong learners, because one thing that I didn't understand, I thought, once I got to a certain level, I was just going to keep coasting along. But honestly, it doesn't work like that, because I'm not sure where you guys are watching from, but here in the States, we have something called inflation. So even when you think you're staying the same, the price of groceries, the prices of everything that you're purchasing, and the US is a consumer market, is going up. So even though I'm making the same thing, if you guys understand what I'm saying, the prices of everything else is going up and my income is staying the same. So it's not like I'm coasting or if I've plateaued. I'm actually declining because the inflation has everything in the economy raising up. Okay. So that's an illusion, right? If you're, and this is not a knock to anybody that has a 9 to 5, but if you have making the same thing you were making last year and the price of eggs and milk just went up, you're not staying the same, right? Because the cost of everything else, the cost of housing went up, right? Your rent, your mortgage, but your salary stayed the same. So once I figured that out, it's constant for me. I'm not even waiting on inflation, right? Today, I mean, it's already about 2 o'clock in the morning here on the East Coast, but once I go to bed, I'm gonna wake up, do my devotion, do my exercise, and hey, I'm back to learning. I'm getting better every single day. And I want to challenge you guys to do that. Whatever your industry is, whether it's Amazon, whatever business it is, stay on top of your game. Another thing that I like to do is whenever it's a new software, something out, especially if they have like a free trial, I'm going to try it. Hey, how can I implement this business in my business to make my business run a little bit better? And that's something we may do in the future too. In the future, if you guys want to do it, we'll do some tutorials or some software and stuff if you guys want to go through it and just see, like, whenever I'm working the software, what I'm thinking, what I'm doing, what I use it, and maybe it'll help you guys scale inside of your business too. So it's about 1:48 here on the East Coast. Hopefully you guys got some value. If you got some value from this talk, drop a 1 in the chat. Drop a 1 in the chat if you guys got some value here. Again, for the people that's just joining, how do you scale up to an extra 10K, or what are you forgetting about? Number one, we got to make sure that our customer gets a great journey. We need to refine our customer experience. Number two, I have in my notes, we need to leverage data analytics. We got to constantly almost be like a nerd, okay? Look at your data. Okay, look at your data. Don't be scared of it. When you made some sales the previous day, what worked? What did you sell? How many items did you sell? I need you to become a nerd. The money is in the numbers. Serve, add value, network, talk to people. Okay. So analytics. Number 3 was enhancing your marketing. Number 4 was streamlining your operations and automation. And then number 5 was continuous learning. Okay, so we got some 110 in the chat. I appreciate you, Miss Griffin. I know I kept y'all on real. So I appreciate you and good luck with your podcast, too. That's dope. Mr. Brown, I appreciate you. What time do I get up? So I actually take my girl. So Saturday would be this morning. I probably won't be up to maybe 7:30 or 8. So I try to get about 6 hours in, 5-6 hours in, and I'm pretty much good for the day. But during the week, I actually pick my girls up. I got a 7-year-old and 11-year-old. I pick them up from school and I drop them off every morning, and they got to be at school like 7:45, 7:30. So I'm up pretty early during the weekdays, but then on the weekend, I sleep in on Sunday until church, and then on Saturday, I'm probably at least up by about 8 o'clock or so. So again, guys, I'm not gonna keep you. I appreciate it. Again, if you find value on it in this live, this channel is super small. So if you can hit the like button, I appreciate you. Maybe leave a comment on the video once it is actually posted on my page, and share it with somebody that it can help. You guys be blessed. Hey, I gave y'all some homework. I'm going to try to be back tomorrow. If I'm not back tomorrow, on Saturday, I'll drop a video. So y'all stay tuned. Y'all be blessed. Have a great night and go take action.